Hello everyone! Welcome back to another 2v2 Warhammer battle. This is going to be Bretonnia and Chaos versus the Vampire Counts and Greenskins. A little while ago suggested that I do an old school Bretonian peasant build before they got their update and all their units. So this is about as close as I'm probably ever going to get. We have 6 minute arms with pole arms, slightly upgraded. We have 2 minute arms because that's, 3 minute arms because we had some extra money left, and I didn't want to spam even more minute arms with pole arms than I already did. And then we also have 5 peasant bowmen with fire arrows, being led by King Lewin Leon Kerr, Damsel of Life, and I also brought a royal. There you are, royal Pegasus Knight. Like I said, this is about as close as I'm going to get to the old school peasant build, which was just halberdiers and archers, if you remember those. Oh man, those days. You remember when the halberdiers for these guys were like, what, 40 armor, 45 armor, something like that? And they had like really good stat. They were insane. They were insane. The minerals opponents were insane. Anyway, so that's my army. My ally brought a lot of Chaos Knights in here. We have Archaon, the Ever-Chosen. We have a Vanguard deployed Aspiring Champion, and then Dragon Ogres and a Chaos Spawn. I think 3 of these are the Lance version. Oh no, it's 2 and 2. 2 Lances and 2 normal ones. And that is the Chaos Army. Greenskins, we have a Mangy Marauder up there that I'm going to try and corner with my 2 flying units. For the rest of them, we have 2 Giants, a Hammer of Gork, 2 Trolls, Durusty Arrows, Night Gobbo Archers, Wurzag, 3 Orc Biggins, and then we have 2 Nasty Skulkers over here, and that's going to be the Orc Force. And then for the Vampire Counts, we have a Direwolf, White King, Blood Knights, a line of mostly Graveguard, including the Stearnsmen, Vlad von Karstein, 2 Skeletal Spearmen on the flanks, 2 Cairn Race, and a Vargeist over here. And that is their army. The Aspiring Champions are about to be singled out here by the Blood Knights, White King, and I think the Direwolves. I'm not entirely sure why they were Vanguard deployed by themselves out in the forest, but they're about to get pounced on a little bit. Meanwhile, again, I'm just over there trying to corner those Mangy Marauders. I know that they're in the forest, so I'm going to try and rout them off as best I can. And since this is being played on, I think, medium unit size, you're going to see units kind of dying really fast, because in medium unit size, everything is like paper, basically. So these Aspiring Champions get surrounded, and they get massacred. Again, I'm not entirely sure why they were deployed over there. Right there, the Mage Marauders, they are going to eventually make it out. I almost route them. We get so close, and if I got the route, the edge of the map is right there. So I was like, we just route, route over there, and they don't route. They're going to make it out of there, and they're going to run all the way over here, but that's okay. The 2 Giants are going to be hitting the front of my lines, and these 2 Trolls are going to be going over here to where my allies' Chaos Knights are waiting. The Blood Knights are going to be coming over here, Vargeist, White King, and I think the Direwolves too. The Nasty Skulkers are going to be slow behind. I'm going to start my arrows to start firing at the first Giant of 2. We're going to be trying to focusing them both down. My Men-at-Arms has been getting hit by the Hammer of Gork up there. And now let me try and position the camera so you can see everything that's going to be happening here. So again, like I said, most things are made out of paper on medium unit sizes, especially when you're getting hit by 5 different groups of peasants with fire arrows, Chaos Spawn, and Dragon Ogres. So this Giant's going to fall really quickly. I'm going to cast a life spell to try and get these health back up. And again, they drop so fast. Like, I was ready to heal my allies' units. It's just that they drop so fast on medium unit side. It's ridiculous. But now we're going to focus on the second Giant because the first one's already dead. Hammer of Gork still hitting my Men-at-Arms and Polearms. Mangy Marauders, in case you're wondering, are going to be hanging out here for like most of the battle. I think my enemy forgot about them. Meanwhile, over here, it's just going to be a giant melee of Chaos Knights, Vargeist, and the Blood Knights and White King. I'm going to assist my ally by killing these 2 Trolls that were hitting them as well. The 2 Trolls that broke off that way. So King Lewin and those Royal Pigs Knights are going to be like right over there. Meanwhile, the Graveguard are now going to start hitting my front line of Men-at-Arms and Polearms. I'm going to kind of pull some units away from the flank because we're not really being threatened over here, so we're going to go like this. My Peasant Bowmen have now routed off the second Giant, and now we're getting some damage in on Vlad von Karstein because I need him to die. So we're going to be weakening him with the fire arrows, and then we're going to be throwing in King Lewin. This is a spell cast by Archaon that almost killed this entire skilled Spearman unit. And again, there's not much going on over here except for a massive melee with now the White King. The Blood Knights are going to be cycle charging just over and over and over again. It's just a massive melee. Nasty Skulker's still trying to get up there. We got the Rusty Arrows and Night Goblin Archers in range of, I think, some of my units. You can see one zombie being cast by Vlad von Karstein as we descended upon him with King Lewin and my Royal Pegasus Knights, and we were going to finish him off with King Lewin. And now we're going to go on Warzag, who's leading some Peasants up and shattering my line, some of my lines anyway. So now I'm throwing in my Men-at-Arms reserves here, the second line, and we're going to get King Lewin over here with the Sword of Corone and the Royal Pegasus Knights to try and focus down Warzag. And the battle line is going to start kind of moving back. I'm going to be like, bloop, bloop, and my archers are going to be like, bloop, bloop. Alright, so they're going to go back there. And we're going to have multiple bloop retreats. Just multiple bloop retreats. It's what you got to do when you have a very shaky Bretonnian infantry line that likes to rout at the first sign of the enemy. And a bunch of peasant bowmen you need to protect. But there we go. We have terrorized Warzag, and we're going to stay on him until he is routed or shattered. That is the plan. These archers, I think, are trying to get a shot on my units, but this giant rock is just blocking them, so I think the enemy's trying to find a position to get in there. Meanwhile, we still have the Cairn race to deal with. We have done a lot of damage to the Orc Biggins because I just focused them down with my peasants. And my ally is starting to lose the battle against the Skeletal Spearmen, the Varguys, Nasty Skulkers, who now just joined the battle, Viking, and the Blood Knights, who again have been repeatedly cycle charging. My allies' knights have just been blobbing and not cycle charging at all. And Chaos Knights with lances have a really good charge bonus and should be cycle charged. That's why I use the ones that are just like the melee cav, the normal Chaos Knights, because they are built for just a melee battle. You can cycle charge with them, but you don't really need to, and so they tend to require less micromanagement, which is why I kind of favor them. So you can see, again, my lines are now breaking once more, but some of my units have come back from routing, or at least one of them. The others will come back as well. So we're going to be like, bloop, and so they're going to form a second line, or a third line at this point, or maybe even fourth line. And then the peasant bowmen are going to withdraw behind this imaginary bloop line. Going to cast Flesh of Stone on our damsel because she was getting surrounded by the Graveguard, so I cast a spell when I thought that she was going to be surrounded, but now I'm going to actually let her fight so she can tank some of this because my peasant bowman needs some time. So we're going to do another withdrawal as King Lewin is holding up all these Graveguard and Orc Biggins. You can see Warzag shattered off that way. My allies Dragon Ogre is finally shattered, and Archeon is up here dealing with the Durusty Errors, whom I peeled my Royal Pegasus Knights off to try and deal with as well because they started firing into our position. My third or fourth line of peasants trying to hold off these Cairn race, and I'm trying to focus down with the peasant bowmen, but now my ally is broken. So now we have what remains of the Blood Knights, Varguys, Viking, and Nasty Skulkers coming over here, so I'm like, well, shit. So we got to now pull off King Lewin and my Royal Pegasus Knights, so we're going to try and save my peasant bowmen before they get routed out. So we're going to go first on the Varguys because they are very lightly armored and very easily killed by King Lewin and, oh my god, you hear that loud thunder outside? Jesus, that scared me. Meanwhile, Archeon's up here dealing with some Cairn race and Orc Biggins of what remains of Warzag's army. All these are Graveguard, I think, for the most part, on my allies Chaos Knights with lances. And you can see we have dealt with the Varguys, so now we're going to pull back onto the Blood Knights as we continually try to give orders of retreat on the peasant bowmen. And units that routed previously are coming back to form like a 5th and 6th line of defense. I'm like, bloop, 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 and they're like, bloop, bloop. What remains of them anyway are blooping over there. Damsel was up there trying to just tank some units and delay the Cairn race as long as she could, but she is now routed. She will come back because she has most of her health still. And we're still dealing with the Blood Knights trying to kill our peasant bowmen, but there aren't many Blood Knights left, so it's not doing too much. Meanwhile, King Lewin is over here dealing with the Viking, Nasty Skulkers, and the Graveguard, but you can see we have routed the Nasty Skulkers. We are going to make the Viking, I believe, crumble. And we are continually just pulling in whatever units of melee that come back from routing while withdrawing our peasant bowmen. And there we go, the Blood Knights are now been dead, or been kited and killed. Viking is going to be killed. Still have to deal with Graveguard and the somewhat fast-moving Cairn race who are chasing our Men-at-Arms. I'm going to disengage from this pack because they are furthest away from the peasant bowmen, so we're going to go over, I think, over here and deal with the Graveguard and the Cairn race. Meanwhile, Archeon has just been tanking it out with the Orc Biggins and Graveguard, I think, back here, and just taking a lot of ranged fire. He tanked and killed a lot out here, but he is going to be focused down here finally, and he is going to fall. And now all we gotta do is deal with some slower Graveguard because we focused down the Cairn race. My peasant bowmen are in relative safety now, pulling up more units from reserve, pulling back our Damsel. I have no more Winds of Magic, so we're slowly getting that back with Arcane Conduit as fast as we can. Finally getting these peasant bowmen back. We have more Graveguard coming in, Skeletal Spearmen, and the Nasty Skulkers thing come back as well. I think it's around this point that my enemy finally realizes that they had a Mage and Marauder, so they're going to be starting to pull them back up here. And I think these Biggins, yeah, the Biggins are going to start popping up as well. So Archeon is dead. The Hammer of Gork is still trying to get in position to fire in our lines. But King Lewin is holding up the center. These Men-at-Arms are about to hold up the left against these Graveguard. I think I'm going to, I'm going to throw my Damsel at them as well. I see this fresh Biggin unit coming at me. I'm like, shit. So the peasant bowmen are like, bloop, bloop, and we're going to just fire at them with the nasty fire arrows. I'm trying to actually delay the combat with the Men-at-Arms by running them away, but they are getting caught a little bit, so I really want to kill these guys with the peasant bowmen. Meanwhile, we have just routed off one of those crumpled one of the grave guard, working on the others. The Sternsman is being very stubborn and dying, as they tend to be. We got the Night Goblin Archers coming in. I don't see them yet, but I will here soon. And they're going to start opening fire on King Lewin or my Knights. I can't remember which one. And we still got that Hammer of Gork out here just lobbing in shots. But I can't deal with it. I have nothing I need every unit over here protecting my archers. So I have not been able to send anything out there to deal with it. So there we go. We assigned 2 of our archers on the Mainstream Marauders to get them out of there. We have killed the Orc-Biggin unit. And we are starting to get a breaking in the morale due to how many losses the enemy has taken. King Lewin has taken quite a beating from this massive unit, so we're going to pull him out a little bit. But he does have the natural regeneration. My Damsel will come back again. And now we're throwing in what units we have left. We're doing another withdrawal with the Peasant Bowman, get some more distance to start firing into this clump again. King Lewin's going to start charging again. I'm not sure why I charged these guys. Maybe it was misclick, I don't know. And now, since all these are slow units, we still have King Lewin over here, I have to deal with the rusty arrows and those Night Goblin Archers, so I sent my row of Pegasus Knights over there, because they were doing a lot of damage. You can see we're getting the shatter, getting the crumble, Sternsmen are still alive, and we are going to win the day. The battle started up there, ended back here. That's just, I mean, that's what you gotta do sometimes when you're rolling with a bunch of peasants. You gotta fight, withdraw, fight, withdraw. When those Blood Knights of Vargeist and the flanking force came at me, I was like, oh shit, this could be bad. But luckily I was able to snipe out Vlad and Wurzag really early in the battle because they were kind of isolated each, and so King Lewin just came down like, hey, how's it going? Goodbye. You can see you got 93 kills. Some of my men-at-arms did okay, but their job was to hold the line, and they did. And also, since this is on medium units, keep in mind that the kill counts are going to be lower, at least on most units, but, you know, 143 is a ton on this mode especially. Peasant Bowmen just did their job well. They focused down important targets, killed them all. King Lewin and the Royal Pegasus Knights were essential. I'm really glad I decided to pick them up instead of going with more men-at-arms with halberds, because I just couldn't do an all-infantry build. I can't. It just hurts me to do that as a Bretonnian, so I had to get some kind of cav. I was like, well, this is probably a really good cav to get against the Greenskins and the Vampire Counts especially. Get the Royal Pegasus Knights, and it worked. So I'm happy I picked him. For Rut here, Archaon got a ton of kills. The Chaos Knights still got a really high amount of kills, you know, since we got on the smaller unit size. Not sure if those Vanguard deployed Aspiring Champions were for, but the Dragon Ogres and the Chaos Spawn did do some damage to the Giants, but the Chaos Spawn kind of got melted. Then, let's see, for the Greenskins, their Biggins did really well. The Giants, you saw what happened to them. Hammer of Gork got some decent kills against my infantry. The Trolls routed off really fast because I sniped those bastards. And then for the Vampire Count, Vlad didn't get too much time. White King did really well. Graveguard did really well. Blood Knights did really well. Sternsman did really well. For the most part, most of their units did really well. So, good game to Rut, Killer, and McMurphy. Hope you enjoyed the almost all-peasant build for Bretonnia. Again, that's about as close as I'm ever going to get. And let's go watch the cinematic view. Light them up! It's too bad they don't have, like, the arrows on fire when they're just notching them, you know? That would look pretty cool. You know, I also maybe assisted in the death of the Dragon Ogres and Chaos Spawn. Maybe. I'm not going to say 100%. Don't worry about that. Don't even look at them. I didn't ask them to go into melee against the Giants that I was going to pelt with a bunch of flaming arrows. But I'm sure some of those flaming arrows hit my ally too. I'm guessing. You know what? Oh, also, in case you haven't seen it yet, go look up the Dark Elf trailer on Total War's channel. They just released it. It looks awesome. They show some cool shit. Some really cool shit. And if you know the Dark Elves, you can probably expect at least one unit that you were hoping to be in the game. Oh, it's in the game. It's in the fucking game.
Riding out! Hastily! Quickly! To my banner!
Oh yeah, so this flaming skull is actually going to dissipate, like, right here at the edge of my Bretonian peasant bowman line. I didn't see it cast, but then, you know, I'm sitting over here micromanaging, killing Vlad, and I was like, ooh, and it's like, just kidding. I'm like, ooh, that would have sucked. That would have really sucked if Archeon's flaming skull killed me. That would have just been horrible. Hold them, peasants! That's all you gotta do! No, you cowards! Curse you for being a peasant. I'm actually relatively good for the price of... Glory to Britannia!
This is my rear.
For Our Lady!
It shall be done.
Power of light!
Bretonians, attack!
Oh, that's us getting Wurzag. Goodbye, Wurzag.
Going forth!
Now, I am king here.
Withdraw!
The lion wins! Rise indeed. Leg it! Quick!
I don't even know how many times our peasants rout in this battle. There are a lot of routing.
With haste!
It's like, I thought she was gonna get caught there. That's why I immediately cast Flesh to Stone. I was like, oh shit. And I actually got her out.
Foul eldritch deeds! Quickly, lads! At once! Run, men! At once! Clear out!
Hold them, damsel.
It is her will!
By the lady! Immediately! I swiftly! Shifter! Attack! I shall prevail!
Oh, what's that? More peasants running for their lives. Weird.
Kill him! Quickly, lads! Clear the silver mirror! Reflect withdraw! To glory! For honor! Shifter! As you say!
It shall be!
It shall be done!
By the Lady!
Very well! Quickly, lads! Quick now! At once! Smite them! The council is for us! Kill them! Withdraw! Righteous fury! At once!
Luckily, my ally was able to mostly kill these Blood Knights. If that was like a full, freshly grouped Blood Knights, oh boy. This would be pretty tough.
Lance is ready! By honor! Damsels! We obey! 'Tis done! We obey! The land is benighted! Dragon! Cut them down! Leg it!
Take that, you filthy vampires.
With haste!
Oh, what's that? More peasants running for their lives. I feel like there's a common theme here. Damn, the cleanup crew, jeez, they just went and just back off again. That magic damage, though.
Very
God
well!
help us! Shift it!
Forward!
Quick now! Hold true! At once!
Hold them, peasants. Man, and these big ones just get worked.
The lions win! Run, man! Run, man! Withdraw! Withdraw! Fire! Quick now! A pig! My right! From the lady!
Jesus. And then they were out.
My honor!
Man.
Quickly,
At
lads!
once! At once!
Oh, I thought this. Yeah, this is when we go for
Right, follow
these
me!
sneaky gobos. I'm like, yeah, I see you.
For the Grail!
Have at her!
We obey!
Let's get snapping!
Time to glory! Take it! Leg it! Yes, my
I will say this. I don't think any of the peasants shattered. They did kind of fight to the end. They may have routed like 20 times between the start and the end, but they stuck around.
To my banner!
Yeah, then at the very end he stands up like, yeah, that's right, that just happened. What the hell? I don't think I ever noticed him standing up on the saddle before. Oh, that's kind of cool though. I imagine he's giving some kind of victory speech or like a yell after that. Anyway, thanks for watching everybody. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care.